Hello and welcome to another episode of the Be You Babe podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Weaver, and I blend human design and copywriting for messaging that is unlike anything out there and it's authentically you. So, today I really want to talk about something that has been on my mind for a long time. For as long as I've been studying copy, really. I hate how so masculine copywriting is. It's very like, this is your framework. Check your boxes, right? That's what copywriting is. It's how can you persuade people to buy? And I feel like it's taken on kind of a life of its own and turned into appealing to your weaknesses, right? And trying to just make people make decisions that aren't aligned for them. And that has never been what I've been about. I wholeheartedly encourage people to not use scarcity tactics, not come from a place of lack and fear, but come from a place of, I know what I do it really well, and here's who it can benefit, right? And allow people to make their own decisions. And so today I want to talk about how do we do this from a really practical standpoint, and how can it feel like us? Like, and how can it feel really good? And we first have to talk about head and heart coherence. Okay. So Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot about having this head and heart coherence when your heart, your soul is on board with what your head is trying to create, then you can manifest it, right? And I 100% agree with this in terms of like, this is how we manifest. This is honestly how we change our frequency. When our heart and our head are on the same page, our frequency changes, and that is what allows us to create what we want to create. The hard part is how do you make that happen? Right? And what does it have to do with messaging? So let's get into it. I think for a really long time, we have been writing from a masculine way. So I feel like the head is the masculine. It's very strategy. It wants to know how, it wants a framework, it wants all these things, right? That's where we've been writing. We write with our head. We think about what we want to write. We think about what the other person needs to hear, right? It's very head based versus the heart is feminine. It's our sole purpose. It's our connection to other people and other dimensions. It's who we are on a really, really deep level, right? We've been leading with masculine and letting the feminine kind of sort of show up like, yeah, that's who we are, right? Right. We try to take and think first and then add in our own like authenticity cherry on top, right? Instead, of coming first from our heart and from our soul level first, and then the head, and allowing the framework to support the who we're being and what we truly want to say. So that's the first thing I want to talk about and really allow you to digest this idea of how are you writing? Do you tap into who you are? Do you sit and go, what does my soul want to say today? Right? Grounding into your identity versus going, "Ugh, what do I need to write today? What should I write? What do people need to hear to buy this thing?" Right? It's all external versus internal. Does that make sense? And when we come first from this heart space, it's asking really on a deep level what you want to create. What is the message that you truly want to give? And I do this exercise with all of my clients of having them ground, close their eyes and ground and like hold a hand on heart. What do I really want to create? What do I really want to say? And it usually goes along with like what their chart is saying, the dominant energies, their incarnation cross and their channels, and like it all kind of adds up, right? But then their head immediately gets in the way and is like, "Ah, what do I do now? I am scared to say that. I can't say that. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have enough certifications." All the shoulds and the woulds and all of that, right? And our job is to work through what our head is trying to talk us out of, right? So our heart is saying one thing and our head is saying another. And we often like give into the head, like, fine, what I'll write whatever you want to write. And that's truly when our copy isn't magnetic. It doesn't call in the people that we want to call in. It doesn't allow our audience to grow. It doesn't inspire people to hire us, right? Instead of, we need to come from the heart. And I think when we're coming from the heart too, I want to add this feminine side when we're coming from the heart and it doesn't have the structure of understanding what people need to hear, then it's going to fall flat too. It doesn't have, it needs a structure, right? It can't be all loosey goosey. It has to have a little bit of structure to it. But we start with the feminine first and then add the structure. And the structure is what we're going to be talking about in the human design and messaging masterclass this Thursday. And so excited about this because we're going to be talking all about number one, how to tap into this heart and truly understand what it's trying to say. And then what is that framework along with your energy do we need to put on it so that it feels really good still feels like it's connecting to your heart, but then it also speaks right to the ideal client that you're trying to reach, right? And we're bridging gaps and things like that. All of that is going down on Thursday. I'm so excited. The link is at the bottom of this. So if you're interested in learning more about that masterclass, go check that out. But anyway, wanted to a little side tangent. Um, But when we're adding this structure onto what our heart already wants, right? It's using our energy the way it's designed. So it's looking at your type, it's looking at your definition and what your throat is, how your throat activation is working, right? But it's also understanding who your ideal client is and what they're struggling with. What do they want? What are their desires? Not to use them against them, but to understand where they're at and where they want to go, right? And how you can fit into that equation, right? And then also understanding their hesitations, right? What if they, would they not want to buy from you? What about their past experience? Maybe they've tried a modality that you do and it didn't work, or they had a bad experience with someone, or right? What are those hesitations that would cause them to go pause and go, I don't know if this is right for me, right? And when we're coming from that framework that's put on our heart's desire, our purpose message, then we're speaking straight to our ideal client and creating magnetism. I can't talk today. Magnetism within our messaging because our head and our heart are all together, working together, calling in who we want to work with and calling in all the things that we're working towards and desiring ourselves, right? But again, like if the head or the heart isn't in alignment, if it's working against, or if there's like, if your head's still like, no way, it's not possible, then that's where your work is, right? That's where you go into the deconditioning and understand why why do you think that's not possible? Why do you think that you can't do it? I mean, I've had all of those thoughts. I've had tons of imposter syndrome, worthiness, um, enoughness, all of that. These are all themes for everyone. We just experience them in different ways and to varying degrees, depending on honestly what we're here to learn. In a lot of ways, I think that's true. Um, so I really want you to think about today. Are you writing from a heart space or head space first? And how can you make sure that your heart and your head are like, yes, right? So you've written the thing and you're like, oh, this feels so much like me. And I know it is in the framework that works best for my energy, right? If you don't know what that framework is, come to the masterclass. It's going to help you, I promise. Um, that's what I want you to think about today. Okay. So this is a short one, but I really wanted to get across this head and heart coherence and what it truly means for your messaging. It's where I believe magnetism comes from. It's where I believe that your confidence shines, your confidence comes alive, your personality comes alive when all of it is working together. I know this to be true for myself as well as for my clients. So when you feel lit on fire for your message, when you are like, yes, and you know how to practically talk about what you do in a way that's clear and concise, then that's it. Like you know, you can sell anything, hands down. So I hope you have a wonderful week, my friends, and we will talk soon.